Golf Central on YouTube, brought to you by the Chrome Soft Golf Ball from Callaway.
So Tom, congratulations. What does this victory mean to you?
It's very sweet. I feel like the first two wins came at me really quick. It took a lot longer than my first two wins to get my third one, but no, it's very sweet. This is really for the team. I've worked really hard personally, but without their help, I would not even be close to getting my third win. So, this is really sweet for us.
You're the first player to successfully defend a title in this event since Jim Furyk in 1999. What is you repeating here at TPC Summerlin and doing it at an event sponsored by Shriners Children's do for you?
I think because it's sponsored by Shriners Children, I think that's why it's even more special because, I'm 21, I'm not the oldest guy out here, and the kids here are even younger than me. So it's really, I feel like I'm kind of close in age with them, and if there's anything I could do just to inspire one kid out there, it would mean the world. So to repeat, it's really cool, but really this repeat was only possible because of the kids, because they inspired me so much at the start of the week, and I'm just really glad that I kept the trophy in my hands this year again.
All right, we'll take some questions out here. We're going to start with Paul on the left.
Hey Tom, congrats. I heard you in the Golf Channel interview talk about expectations, kind of when you win twice before you turn 21. I'm sure there's a lot of them. Were there more internal expectations that you put on yourself, or ones you felt externally?
Yeah, for sure. I think those two wins, I wasn't really. I was playing my game. I wasn't thinking about, okay, I need to win this event, I need to do this. No, it was just I played and it happened. It happened. It happened very naturally, and it all happened very quick. And I think, by the end of last year, it was, 2 wins on the PGA Tour all of a sudden, ranked 13th in the world. Suddenly you feel like you're right there and you need to do something extra or something, but it really wasn't. I felt like I almost added a lot of pressure towards myself to perform really well this year, but really it's been a very big learning curve for me, and it's very humbling to be able to experience what I've experienced this year. That's why I feel like this third one it's even sweeter.
Between Shriners and now, you had several top 5, top 10 finishes, but earlier this week it felt like maybe it didn't feel super successful to you, maybe because of that kind of downward trend in the middle there. Did it feel like a successful year to you at this point, coming in?
I had my best finish in majors this year, made tour championship. So, you can't say it was a bad year, but just personally, I feel like I've always expected a lot from myself, and that's why I felt like I always feel like I could do more. I think that's why I felt like it wasn't the best year, but it was still a solid year, and I've learned so much this year. Like it's been unbelievable how big the learning curve has been, and but no, this one makes it a lot better every year for sure.
What were some of those lessons, some of that learning curve?
Just the adjustment to the course. Courses really, I haven't seen all the courses out here, and it's been a big adjustment, and these guys are the best 125 in the world, and that's a very small percentage of how many people play golf. So the margins are really, really small. There's players now. Every player has a chance to win every week. So I think the biggest thing is just really kind of letting things happen. Not really trying to force things. I felt like earlier in the year I was trying to force a little bit, and I even played worse because of that. Just control what I can control, play the way I can play. And like today, even though I had those 2 soft bogeys, I knew that if I just played my game and just stayed in it, I was going to be there. And I feel like that's exactly what I did. And all the things that I've learned this year really was the result of what happened this week. I made more bogeys than I did last year, but because I was in it and I just stayed patient and I was just really playing my own game, and I was only in my head. So really, I think this week really is just the result of what I've learned this whole year.
We're going to go to Greg in the front right over here.
Hey, Tom, congratulations once again.
Thank you.
Can Can you talk about the emotions of the round? You got off 3 quick birdies and then gave 2 of them back right away, and then it was a dogfight the rest of the way. Could you just talk about how the day felt?
Yeah, I mean, I think getting off to a hot start really, really helped. I feel like because it's, there's a lot of birdie opportunities out there, when you don't have the fastest start, you kind of feel like you need to start making birdies almost in a sense. But because I gave myself a really nice quick start, I was able to kind of just play freely a little bit, I would say. It helped. But really, Adam didn't really get off to the best start, but he came back right away. And so it just really shows you really just of how small the margins are out here. He played unbelievable. I knew there were some lower scores. I really wasn't checking leaderboards, but once I got to 3 under after 4, I think, is that right? I knew that I kind of had the turn in my hands almost. I knew that because I got off to a hot start. I knew I was going to be up there, and really soft bogeys on the next 2 holes, but. And I knew I was probably out of the lead, but I kind of told myself it was fine because there's plenty of birdie opportunities. I knew if I just stuck to my own game, really didn't want to force anything. But it was hard. I felt like me and Adam really we didn't really run away from it because it's not like we separated ourselves like me and Pat did last year, but it was really close. I knew that 18 was a number to get into the clubhouse. It was really up to me and Adam to really, see who gets it. So, it was pretty intense. Really, it was just me and Adam. I feel like it was almost match play. Once we got past 14, it was just him and me. It was just whether I want it or he wants it, or we both, see what happens. So, it's probably the most emotional final round I've experienced, win-wise, the last year and a half. My past 2 wins.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that stretch as well. I think when you were on 13T, there were 12 players within 1 shot at that point.
Really?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah, I was going to ask I know you said you try not to look at leaderboards and just play your game, but at that point, do you look?
13T, you said?
Yeah. Well, you said when you got past 14 is when you kind of felt like it was down to the 2 of you.
Yeah, so I think once I was on 11, there's a leaderboard right there, and I took a glimpse, and I saw 18 was leading. I was 1 back, but I knew that those last few holes you could really make a run, and I was staying really patient. And once I birdied 12, I was like, okay, I birdied 12. I'm tied for the lead. Now it's rather if I'm good enough, I can take it, because you got 13 reachable par 5, 14's a really short par 3, 15's a drivable par 4, 16's it's a very short par 5. So I knew a lot of birdie opportunities were in the way. I knew that I couldn't win with 1 birdie, and I was right. So I knew that once I birdied 12, I was like, okay, that really helped me kind of get momentum and made 13 a lot easier, 15 a lot easier, 16 a lot easier. So I knew that it was bunched up, but with those birdie opportunities, I just knew if I played these last 5 or 6 holes like the first or second round, I knew that I would have a pretty good chance.